For those of you who don't know me, my name is Mark Warner. I used to have a real job. I used to be governor. But now I get the chance to work with Tom in Washington. And I got to tell you, it has been a wild 2 years to be in our nation's capital. We came in, and some of y'all know, especially for those of you who had a chance to work when I was governor, I knew a little something about business. But even I didn't realize what a complete mess had been left in terms of this country. How deep a ditch we were in. And over the last 18 months, 19, 20 months, we've gone from 700,000 jobs a month being lost, a stock market at 6,500, and virtual economic chaos. And now we're seeing the stock market north of 11,000. We're seeing 9 months of positive job growth, and we're starting to climb out of this economic near depression. Now, of course, the stock market at 11,000 doesn't mean much if you don't have a job. And there has been no one that has worked harder from his first day in Congress at remembering that first, second, and third in terms of top agenda is bringing jobs back to South Side and Central Virginia.
Go, Tom, go! Go, Tom, go! Go, Tom, go! Go, Tom, go! Go, Tom, go!
You got to hear a little more from me. I was still buzzed from Friday night when the president was here. I can see that. Yeah. But also, over the last 20-odd months, there's been no one that has fought harder in terms of being willing to stand up and listen to all people. Not everybody always agrees with Tom Perriello. But the one thing you know about Tom is he's a fighter. And he's willing to listen. And he's willing to go the extra mile. To my mind, there is no more hard-working member of Congress than Tom Perriello.
Yeah.
We're getting ready for that part. And, matter of fact, he is such a hard worker. And he brings people together so incredibly that even though we are here in Danville, Pennsylvania County, he is able to bring people from Henry County all the way here. Yeah. Just walked in, the Democratic Minority Leader of the House of Delegates. Yes, you know, if you can get Danville and Martinsville to work together, he can bring the Israelis and the Palestinians. And this is a man who has laid out what he believes, fought for what he believes, is willing to give you chapter and verse of policy. Now, it's easy to be against them. And there's other folks running in this race and around who can give you sound bites and platitudes. But doesn't give you a plan on how we're going to get our country moving forward.
That's right.
Tom Perriello has given us that plan. Right now, we're down into the last 20-odd hours. He has worked his tail off. But what this is going to come down to, it's not going to be the TV ads. Aren't we all sick of them? He's made a little bit of money right here off of those ads in the last 8 months. It's going to come down to which... That's kind of around game. That's right. It's going to come down to who's got the most energy, who's got the most enthusiasm, who's willing to call the most folks, knock on the most doors, talk to the most people, person to person. Are you willing to do that?
Yeah!
If you do your part, Tom will continue to do his part, and as of tomorrow night, we will have a great victory here in Southside, Virginia. Yes. The current and future congressman from the 5th District, our friend Tom Perriello.
Yeah! Go, Tom, go! 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 Go, Tom, go!
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. This has just been an amazing end to an amazing run here the last few months. We hear around the country about an enthusiasm gap. But anyone feel that around here? No! I didn't think so. We have seen so much momentum on our side. Because I banked my political life on a simple idea. That voters are a lot smarter than the media gives them credit for.
Yeah.
And that if they have to choose between someone who won't take a position on anything and someone who will fight 24/7 for the people of this district, they're going to go with the fighter every time.
That's right.
That fight has been for our veterans. I'm so honored to have been endorsed by the Veterans of Foreign Wars Pact, to have gotten an A+ from the Iraq and Afghanistan Veterans Association. And to know that 300,000 veterans are enrolled in college today through the work that we've done. But it's also local things. It was convenient enough for us to drive in here over the Robertson Bridge. You may have heard something about it. Mark and I came to Washington at a tough time. We were seeing our country, the greatest in human history, on the brink of depression. And there were those who said, you know what, I'm going to take the cheap seats over here. I'm going to wait and let other people make the decisions so I can Monday morning quarterback. And there were a set of people instead who stood up on that wall and said, this will not happen on our watch. We will not allow a Great Depression on our watch. We are going to help stand with the American people and produce the 9 months of private sector job growth we've seen this year alone.
Yeah.
I'm proud to stand here today with the Senator. I was proud to have our guest in on Friday. And the truth is, this isn't about whether you agree with each other on every policy position. But I'd rather be in the huddle with the people calling the plays, who when that team is down 6 points at the end of the game says, Coach, I want to be on the field, I want the ball, I want to bust through that line because this country needs a score right now. That's the group of people we need in Washington. People who want the ball, who want to move it down the field.
Yeah.
You say, what does that mean? Well, look, 1,800 senior citizens in our district have gotten their homes weatherized in the last year and a half.
Yeah.
And we put people to work making $20 an hour doing that weatherization. We have 4,500 seniors paying less on their prescription drugs because of what we did. We have a generation of seniors whose Medicare is going to be there because we made the tough decisions we needed to make. Now, you know all this, but let me just end on this note. At its core, for all the talk about the right, the left, and everything else, this year, that year, this president, the last president, at our core, we have to decide, do we believe America can still outcompete the world? I believe they can.
Yes.
I believe we can do it right here in Southside Virginia. That's why we announced 374 manufacturing jobs and solar panels last week here in Danville. That's why That's why we see Red Birch Energy in Martinsville and the window film in Martinsville. It's why we see our farmers and our manufacturers at the heart of this new energy economy. Right now we can choose. We can look backwards, we can think small, we can give up on the greatness that is America and Southside Virginia. Or we can take that stand today and say, not on our watch. This will remain the heart and soul of the new energy economy in the next great American decade. Do you believe we can do it here?
Yes. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. Yes, we can.
So here's what I ask and what Senator Warner asks of you. that for the next 24 hours you give us everything you can.
Yes.
We still believe that a people
27
powered...
hours and 27 hours and 20 minutes.
Who's got 27 hours in them?
Yeah.
People-powered politics are win. We have the momentum. We're knocking more doors. We're making more phone calls. We have volunteers pouring out the doors because people believe that this is our time to stand up for Southside and for America. If you will stand with me for the next 27 hours, we will win, and I will keep giving you 24/7 the best fight I have in me to keep bringing jobs here.
Yeah.